Okie dokie. Right, we are back for the 5th video, I believe. This video kind of goes to a good buddy of mine, Darkness. We get on pretty well. He's again kind of like Devil in a way, where he dislikes playing OU, but he sort of comes up with even crazier sets. While Devil likes to make sets that work and, go together well in higher tier stuff, Darkness kind of just likes to make random shit and throw it together, or he does from what I see. Anyway, I lead off with Crossel, he leads off with his Cogswell, or Gear? I don't remember what the hell it's called. I believe I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks, predicting his Shift Gear, figuring, I'll be okay. Go for the Stealth Rocks, and I figure he's going to go for the Gear Grind next turn, and that I'll counter it, thinking I'll still have my Sturdy. Because for some ungodly reason, I immediately assumed that, Sturdy would protect me from 2-shot moves. So I don't know what I was thinking there. But here, I obviously underestimate its speed and assume a Scarf Manectric will outspeed it. I just assumed, it's steel, it'll be slow as balls. No. It one-shots me with the return. So I lose effectively 2 guys for my stupidity. So now I do what I should have done and bring in Steelix, because Steelix will sponge anything this guy wants, especially when most of them kind of run, physical mix sets, because its move pool is so dismal. But I Dragon Tail the Mashana out, which he switches into a Mock, and this is very nice for me. Well, one sec. So, he's going to try and sub, predicting something. I don't get what he was going for there. I mean, it's a Mock. I'm not afraid of it. It has, no special hits that can hit me. Its strongest moves are going to be Poison, which I resist, so I'm happy with that. He's going to go back into his Mushana as I go for an EQ. Now, this Steelix, most people run max HP, max defense Steelix. This has got something like to max HP, and I believe I think about 200 EVs in attack maybe, and like 58 in defense. So it's not completely defensive, but it's kind of meant to just make people sit in and then hit them like hell. But he brings in his damn monkey. I never remember what the simmies are called. Simmy Sear, Simmy Spore, and Simmy thingy. I don't know. But I know this one's the fire one because it's fucking red, so I go into my Octillery, and this Octillery, if I'd played better, could deal with all 3 monkeys. It has Surf, Energy Ball, Fire Blast. 3 super effective moves against all of them. But I played it badly, and it was to my cost. But, kind of early game, I'd rather he didn't see my other 3 moves, which are Acid Spray, so that I can lower things, special defense, and hit them harder. Fire Blast and Energy Ball, as I said. So, I go with the Surf, just playing it safe. Even if he went into his Simmy Sear, Simmy Pour, or Simmy Monk, the grass one, I wasn't really that bothered by it. But here he goes for a Gonk Shot, and that does a shit ton. And that ruined my Octillery. I went for a Fire Blast, got a crit. We reckoned it mattered, because, Surf is stab, and it did about half. I suppose Fire Blast is about the same as a stab Surf, but it would have been close. He might have been able to sponge it and take it. And he brings in his Grass Monkey, and for some ungodly reason I thought, maybe he'll Nasty Plot. So I go with the Fire Blast, and he just Grass Knots and kills me. Which, as I said, since Octillery could have dealt with all 3 of them, admittedly, the only way I could kill that monkey with Octillery is predicting the switch-in. I've lost my effective check to half of his team. Now I go into Absol, completely forgetting about Focus Blast. I saw Grass Knot and thought, I can take a Grass Knot, I can take it because Absol's light, sub, SD, all the usual crap. Get my Absol going, face. But no, pulls out the focus blast and one-shots me. Now, my effectively best shot at this is to go under slow king and sort of pray to Christ that I can get a nasty plot off and then go through his team. Because the Simi-Seer and Simi-Poor I'm not worried about. I am worried about this monkey though. Goes for a Leaf Storm and it misses. That was very, very... wow. Actually, in the grand scheme of things, I suppose it wasn't that key, because I believe his Leaf Storm takes me out next turn. Oh, hang on. Someone's MSNing me now. Ah! Why do I talk to people while I'm recording? There we go. Sorry, Maria, but... recordings. Yeah, goes to Leaf Storm, gets a crit. So, like I say, grand scheme of things, completely pointless. I don't know whether I would have lived the first Leaf Storm, because I'm not completely specially defensive. I'm mixed defenses with nasty plot. But still, I'm kind of hoping my Steelix can take what I'm assuming is coming, which is a Focus Blast, decently, because Leaf Storm put him at -2. So I'm thinking, you know what, Steelix might be okay. But he goes for another Leaf Storm, and that hits like a truck. I know Steelix has got piss poor special defense, but goddamn. And since my Steelix kind of had nothing else to do, I just had to go with the EQ. I don't know what other pokes I've got left. I think I might actually have... wait, yeah, this is my last guy. Because Crossel died, Absol died, Manectric died, Octillery died, and yeah, it's my last guy. So I pretty much have nothing to do. He goes into this. I'm not entirely sure why. I think he was doing a test to see if it could live in EQ. But I think he thought this was a completely defensive Steelix, which it isn't. It's got a lot of offense and a lot of power in it, so... if it was a defensive one, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. But, you know, it would have been interesting to see. And then he brings in the Simi-Seer-Poor one monkey. Goes for the Fire Blast. I protect, getting a bit more lefties, banking on him to miss. Either way, he still has the Simi-Poor, which probably has Hydro Pump, which is going to kill me. Anyway, so, you know, that was a good game to Darkness. He played around my shit well. And like I say, if I hadn't have sacked my Octillery like a complete dumbass, I might have actually done better, because Octillery was an effective check to pretty much everything. Anyway, this is the second battle against Darkness, and I believe I was streaming this one, which is why the camera looks a bit weird. So fuck you, Gerbil. I'm going to keep blaming you, because I asked you to tell me if you could see all of it. Bah! Oh, your fault. Now, hang on. It's not too bad. I'm still having camera troubles, to be honest, but hopefully my Wi-Fi will be back tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be amazing. Anyway, he's got a really weird team. He's bought two of his monkeys, a Whiscash, a Big Love Disc, a Swanna, and a Dugong. So, what, 5 water types? So if I had one, wow, and I suppose the Whiscash would have kind of fucked it up a bit, but if I had one bleeding, electric type, I would have rolled. But I still got my Roserade, which isn't too bad. He starts off with his Swanna, and I believe I'm going to do my usual gimmick of setting up the T-Spikes first. And then kind of going from there. Oh no, I switch. Because Registeel's got Thunder Punch. He goes for the Hurricane. Registeel takes that like a beast, because it's a Registeel. And, well, Swanna actually has a pretty nice moveset. I mean, with the Hurricane and, you know, the Surf in Rain, that is a beastly set with Life Orb. But it doesn't really have the power, to be honest. I suppose if you had it in Rain, it'd be nice and boosted. Either way, I go with the T-Bolt. It hits the Simi-Seer. It wasn't, well, it did a decent chunk, I suppose. I really hope I didn't leave my Registeel in to die like a twat. I really hope so. Knowing me, though, I probably did. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Come on. I'm probably gonna go into Arcanine, but I figured he'd predict that, so I might end up going into Aero. Because the thing is, even if I went into Arcanine, there isn't much I can do. Yeah, go into Aero. Sponge the Fire Blast. No, he went for Focus Blast, though. Like you say, you know, I figured he'd predict the switch into Arcanine. But still, I'm in. Aero is going to outspeed damn near anything on his team unless it's Scarfed. So he's going to switch out, and he's going to go into his giant fucking Love Disc. Hate this stupid fish. Why couldn't they have made it a Love Disc Evo? It would have made so much more sense. I mean, come on, Nintendo. You can't seriously tell us that this isn't an effective copy of Love Disc. Anyway, knowing it's probably Soak Toxic thing, or Scald thing, or something annoying, I go into my Rosary, which has the Petal Dance, which will hit it like a truck, because it has absolutely abysmal Special D. But he's going to go back into his Tawana thingy, and I set up my first layer of T-Spikes. Very helpful against that giant Love Disc thing. He's going to go for a Surf. I'm not sure, maybe he was predicting my switch back to Registeel, but I didn't have many intentions to switch out. I mean, like I say, Registeel has T-Bolt, which effectively hits everything on his team decently. You know, I wouldn't like having to use it a lot, but if needs be, I could. But he goes for another Surf, which confused the hell out of me, as I go for a Petal Dance, take him out. So I feel that went well, but he really should have just gone for the Hurricane. I mean, again, switching into Registeel, he didn't have much to lose, because even the Hurricane could confuse Registeel. But he brings in Simipour, and unfortunately it's quicker than Roserade, so I really should have saved it for when Whiscash came in. But then again, I do still have my Arcanine with the Solar Beam, which I'm saving, because that's the only use I'm going to get out of it, apart from close combating everything else. So I bring back in my Aero, and for I think I go for Sky Attack, yeah. I go for Sky Attack here, as opposed to switching out into Arcanine, which would have made more sense. But I go for it, and look at that, gets the crit, definitely mattered, because after this I can take it down with a Stone Edge, and, you know, I could say Poison would have slowly taken it down that far, but at the end of the day, that was, you know, pretty crucial. Stone Edge does miss, however, and I believe he is going to protect, or, yeah, he protects to get back all of his HP, so I suppose... Oh, I did predict that quite nicely, though, going for the Sky Attack again. Quite proud of that, actually. But Poison is starting to rack up a bit more, so he's gonna have to stay in and take the Sky Attack, because nothing's gonna want to take that. I go for it, hits him like a truck, does a lot of damage, and then he hits me with the Waterfall, which kind of confused me a bit, because a lot of people run School, despite the fact that Almamola has got quite poor special attack. They just mainly use it for the burn chance. But he has the Waterfall, takes me down, so that's a nice double down thanks to the Poison. But like I say, that Sky Attack crit mattered a lot. Anyway, I bring in Lucario, figuring, well, I do have a bit of HP invested due to the fact I have agility and I don't need max speed. So I figured I could take one. I was deeply wrong. That Lucario would have helped a lot. If I'd have gotten an agility up, I could have effectively swept his team with the Swanagon. So I bring back in Registeel, knowing I've got the T-Bolt, I should be fine. You know, there's really nothing wrong with trying it. But he's going to go for the Nasty Plot, which scares me a bit. I know my Registeel does have a lot of special bulk in it, but a Nasty Plot Simiseal Hydro Pump, man, that shit's nasty. However, I believe I'm going to do my usual Registeel shenanigans and try Toxic Stool, but he doesn't take it, and he's going to switch into his Dugong, and this is where a kind of funky play shows up. It's a bit weird. So he's going to go for the Rain Dance. I'm going to go for the T-Bolt as usual, with the completely neutral coverage. Made sense. Now he gets the Hydration, which takes the poison off of him. Yeah, that pretty much what the Hydration Dugong's meant to do. Usually have Rain Dance Rest, Stockpile, and something else. And then he goes into his Volt Catfish. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. But then he's got the Hydration, which gets rid of the Toxic, which is very bad, because pretty much every single one of these Whiscash has got a DD set on it. I don't know if that's a Dream Mode ability or not. I don't know, and I don't really care, but either way, he used it very well to get his stupid Catfish in. Now, what I probably could have done is gone to Arcanine and maybe have outsped anyway. I don't know why I went T-Bolt there. I either misclicked or I'm fucking stupid. But now I'm going to start hitting it with Ice Punches. He's going to go for an EQ, break my sub. Pretty much, you know, what I expect. I go for the Ice Punch, I hit it. Gets a crit and the freeze. However, the Hydration gets rid of the freeze and he's got lefties to slowly recover off the crit. So that's kind of gone well for him, although he's still setting up DDs, and I do not like that one bit. But I'm going to keep going for Ice Punch, because I know he has no form of recovery on Whiscash, apart from the lefties. So if I can just keep hitting him bit by bit, I've got the Donphan to come in and take him down. So you're going to go for the EQ, and it nearly kills Registeel, but like a truck, Registeel takes it. Hits another Ice Punch, so he's at around half. Not too bad. I suppose after this turn where he hits me with a Waterfall, his lefties will recover off the Ice Punch, but still, not too bad. I do still have my Donphan, which I'm going to bring in now. Thank God for Sturdy, honestly, because that's very nice. It means I can take this Waterfall, fire off an EQ, and kill it. There's the Sturdy, there's the EQ. Lovely jubbly. I was kind of worried I'd flinch, but, you know, I managed to break through that. So down goes the Whiscash, and to be honest, I probably should have brought in my Donphan earlier, but it's kind of a weird prediction game, because Whiscash had the EQ, and if I got hit by the EQ, I was fucked. So he's going to bring in this, and it's going to go for the Ice Beam, and that's just not fun times for me. I believe all I have left is the Arcanine, which isn't going to take a life-orbed Hydro Pump any time ever. Unless you run max HP, max special defense, in which case it probably would, but then it wouldn't be able to kill it. So I go down. Thank you for the battles, Darkness. Here's your video to commemorate you. We got more coming, guys, so stay tuned for that.